moment I woke up today, I was excited to tell you guys about my dream. So this was fest related. For some reason, we had a rehearsal on Monday. And we were just like, you know, performing, doing our rehearsal. But then we stopped. And we were done with the rehearsal. And they were letting people in. But they were letting some people in to check out the expo early. I don't know why. And we were also getting the chance to check out the expo early. I do that too, a little bit. But then I get a little bit overwhelmed. So I'm like, I want to go backstage. So I find the staff and I ask if there's like a backstage place where I can just chill. They take me backstage and I chill a little bit there. And after a while, I realized like it's been like an hour of me chilling in the backstage room and nobody else has joined me. So I go back out. I'm in the expo hall again and I see nobody. Absolutely nobody. I'm like, what's happening? Why is nobody here? Then I find Jenma like roaming around and I stop her and I'm like, hey, Jenma, where is everyone? And she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, oh, actually everybody flew out in a plane to a different city? Because this rehearsal was Monday, but the event was going to be on the weekend, right? So there's still a couple of days, and they didn't want the members to stay in a hotel close by to the venue, so they actually took a fucking airplane to fly out to a different city? And apparently I missed it, and Jenna kind of like blames me that I should have known because everybody got the notice in the WhatsApp group, and I'm like, what WhatsApp group? I had no notification. I was just chilling backstage. Why did no staff let me know that we were leaving? She was like, oh yeah, oopsie, I guess the memo for the WhatsApp group didn't go out to you either. And I'm like, okay, well, can I still go there? Like, how do I get there? And Gemma's like, well, sorry, there's no more other flights for you to get there. But apparently at some point they found like a plane for me to go on to a different place, a different hotel, different from everybody else. But I'm just like, why did this happen? Why was I so, like, forgotten about? So I was kind of pissed, you know? Somehow, we jump over to the assumption. This must have been on purpose. Because I realized, before the rehearsal, there was, like, a food buffet. There was a fruit platter. And I was apparently taking some. But I touched one with my hand instead of using the tongs. I realized a member who saw this, who witnessed this, has sent out a letter, a complaint, where anonymously this member was saying, I am absolutely like disgusted and appalled by this one member among us who has touched the food with her own fingers, because that is like my biggest no-no. That pissed her off so much. So she made a complaint. While realizing that she was writing that about me, I realized maybe she must have like done something, talked to the staff, so that I wouldn't be notified about the plane leaving and me being left behind. And I eventually was able to confront her directly about it. And I was like, what's your damn issue? And she was like, well, and then I'm like, what do you want? And then we start like a little bit of a fight. I'm like, come at me, come at me. And she like kind of comes at me and I just like slightly push her. And she falls down. I gave her like the softest punch ever on her shoulder. But people saw how I punched her. And they were like, no fucking way, Takanashi Kiara punched one of our co-workers. What a fucking bitch. And I'm like, oh man, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have punched her just now, but really, it was like there was no power in my punch anyway. She acted like she was so hurt and so injured. But so I thought, okay, this is a problem. They're gonna tell management that I punched a coworker. It's just gonna escalate and I'm gonna get fired. But then, while they were still watching the situation unfold, I like helped her back up and I'm like, sorry, let's just talk it out. And we talked it out and we ended up like making up and it became a like happy situation. She forgave me. And then the other coworkers saw that we were like making up and like everything was fine. What kind of dream is this? This was so like real. When I woke up, I felt like I just watched a fucking movie.